Hi guys, welcome to Weddings Unfiltered. I'm Molly with The Planning Touch. I'm joined by Heather from Upstate Indie Weddings, Ron from Buffalo Bartenders, and our special guest Catherine from Accents in Bloom and
Yes.
Hearts in Bloom
Yeah,
Buffalo.
mouthful, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I try to keep them separate.
You did a very good job. You did it nice and slow.
Yes, I've been rehearsing it because I'm like, there's two. But why don't you kind of tell us about Accents in Bloom before we get into the other part of that?
Okay, well, there's a meaning behind both names.
Yeah.
I know they're so closely related, but Accents in Bloom really came about because of Hearts in Bloom. So we'll talk about that later. But Accents in Bloom is mostly because of my belief in how floral work does accent your event.
Yes.
Just like Hearts in Bloom, that has its own meaning. And I firmly believe that when you have an event, whether it be a private event or an event at a venue, floral work really does elevate the style that you're trying to accomplish and the overall look and feel that you want to present to your guests. Because even though it's your party, it is still a gift to your guests
You're
for
hosting.
the evening.
Mhm.
Yes. Whether it be at your home,
Mhm.
and that's basically where I started, and I still work out of my home, but I'm always entertained, and the biggest part of my entertaining is how I'm going to set the table for that evening or the buffet area. And I always incorporate flowers. I always, for my guests, especially at Christmas, they have a little gift that they take home, and it's all part of the table setting. And I feel when they walk in the room, they're already like, oh wow, this is for me.
Right, like the
You
presentation.
did all this,
Yeah.
and wow, I'm gonna have a nice night. This seems relaxed, this seems soothing, and that's the message that I'm trying to do, that any little touch or accent,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't always have to be flowers, but those little touches, really, the details is
Right.
what really elevates your event,
Right.
as big or as small as you would like it to be.
Right. What inspires your florals?
Well, again, when I started with the nonprofit, I was asked by friends and family, hey, I'm having an event, would you help me with some floral work? So I knew I couldn't do that through the nonprofit, so I had to start Accent and Bloom. And what I found is, after talking to the person, what inspired me is what they wanted to achieve for their event, whether it was a theme,
Mhm.
colors, texture, who they were inviting, the time of the year. So all of that goes into the planning, and that's all where the inspiration comes from.
That makes sense. You keep saying not for profit, so why don't we just dive deep right into what is Hearts in Bloom
Hearts in
Buffalo?
Bloom. Heart comes from, because my event evolves around Valentine's Day. And Hearts in Bloom Buffalo is an event that is held every Valentine's Day, where we deliver flowers and gifts to widows on Valentine's Day.
that.
Mhm.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, isn't it? It started in another area in North Carolina, and I happened to see it on Instagram. My daughter lives there. So I said, hey, I am always in tune to what's going on in Charlotte, just so I can pass that information along. And I reached out to the woman that was coordinating it all, and she gave flowers to her son's teacher, who was recently a widow, and it was Valentine's Day, and she saw the effect that it had on her. And she held an event that first year, reached out to family and friends, and delivered to over 100 widows that
Wow.
day. And that was what really touched me, because that group, and I hate to say that it is a group of people that have that in common, where they've lost their life partner, they've lost their loved one, that they feel forgotten on that day. And that can be a tough day, and unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, Valentine's Day is usually an anniversary for
Mhm.
people that are married on that day. And so that can be tough, is even tough on top of knowing that other people are out celebrating and they feel forgotten. So
Right.
this is to make you feel that you're not forgotten, and that it is to uplift you, and that someone from your world, whether it be a family member or a community member, they're thinking about you that day, and they want you to feel.
And people can nominate them to you, right? Like, how does that process?
In January, we start the submission process, and the there's an announcement on Instagram and Facebook, and there is a form that they complete. The form comes completely to me. When we fill up, and then we have to shut it down. So we've held 2 events so far, 2 years in a row. And the first year we delivered to like 40 people because honestly, I didn't know if my husband and we were going to be funding the whole thing.
Right.
So
Right.
we wanted to say lemonade stand. Let's just keep it little. And I was fortunate enough to be on our local news stations.
I saw it.
Oh, wow, good. And of course, word starts to spread.
Sure.
And what was amazing were the stories that people submitted and why they wanted people to receive these items on Valentine's Day. And then this past year, 2025, was our second event, and we delivered to over 130.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
So it's gaining momentum.
Yep.
So much that we outgrew my garage where we were working out of in February, and now we have a venue for next year.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, why don't you tell us about, just because I know it's not for profit, so
Right.
volunteers, I've been thinking about
great.
volunteering
Yeah,
myself, but why don't you kind of say what kind of volunteer options there are? Like I know it's like a kind of a 3-day thing, if you want to go down that whole process.
There is 3 days. The first day is basically setting up the venue and preparing the flowers that are going to be delivered. And we give out a beautiful arrangement. We receive vases that are donated by a company out of Georgia. And the flowers, I work with a wholesaler here in Buffalo, and there's a lot of work going into cleaning, processing flowers, and arranging or getting them ready, hydrating them. And then we also set up the tables, and the gifts are laid out, so we need volunteers to help separate all that. The second day is the actual event day, where more volunteers come, and we are filling the bags. We had florists in the area who are not retail florists, they're more event florists, and I'm sure you know quite a few of them. They came and they volunteered their time.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And they arranged all the arrangements. We have someone wrapping the flowers because in February we can't leave flowers outside.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
And trying to think, there's so much to do. And we have lunch because the community's been so great to us. They've provided lunch and coffee
Amazing.
and donuts for all our volunteers. I had over 80 volunteers this
Wow.
past year, and they're helping me get this ready. And
Amazing.
then the third day, which we call delivery day, we have additional volunteers come, and they come and pick up the items, and they go on their merry way around Western New York, delivering the flowers and talking about
Yeah.
what and why we're doing this.
That's so sweet.
I
And they
love
have
it.
no idea it's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I
really
love it.
Mhm.
Do you have any stories? I know you do. About delivering the flowers, because that's kind of where I think I want to like volunteer my
Right.
time.
I almost think because that's basically the payoff for all the work that you're doing, the reward. When I went on a delivery the first year, and I went with a newsman from Spectrum News, and I thought, oh, this is going to be fine. All the emphasis is going to be on her. I don't need to worry. Well, she said after she invited us in, and I always say I have a flower delivery because I don't want people to think we're, who are you?
Right.
And they, well, what is this? And I started telling her, and this is no lie, I started crying because for over a month, I've been just looking at a sheet of
Yeah.
names. And I'm thinking, now the real person is in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get emotional, but it became so real to me
Right.
at that moment that we are really doing this for someone. I don't know who you are. I don't know really what your full story is, but all I know is that you lost the love of your life partner. And her story was sad because he passed away during COVID, where they weren't allowed to be in the hospital. So she was married to this person for 40 years, and she couldn't be with him. That's tough.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was anger too
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
at that
sure.
point. Like, wait a minute, I can't be holding his
I
hand.
know.
And And she said if it wasn't for the funeral director, she wouldn't have seen him.
Oh, wow.
So that was tough. And we had another woman come in. Her sister lost her husband at a young age. They were only married for a few years. And when we weren't delivering in that area the first year, and she offered to come in and pick up the items. And when she walked in, she became emotional because the flowers that we had chosen were basically the same flowers that were in her bouquet, her sister's bouquet. So she just said, "Oh my gosh, I feel like this is a sign that she's supposed to have this today." So that was sweet, and of course we cried together.
I feel like there has to be like a lot of tears that day.
Yeah.
There is,
You know?
and because they miss them.
Of course.
And we do deliver to widowers. We had one gentleman, he said his life has changed completely. I mean, he had his children, but it's not the same. And when we went in there, he had a picture of her, and he had a sticky on her frame, Happy Valentine's Day, Love F. That was, for his initial. And I'm thinking, so this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And there's really not a lot of talk about that.
Right.
You after the funeral, everyone just goes back to their life because that's how it is. But these people feel alone and forgotten and left out. So that's what we're trying to do, and help uplift them on a day that can be very difficult. And it's growing, and actually I had 2 people reach out to me from other cities that they want to do it in their cities.
Oh,
I had a woman
awesome.
from Hershey, Pennsylvania called me. I said, "Oh, you have Hershey's chocolate there. You'll be able to." And then there was a woman in Florida.
So cool.
So just talked with her, and that was very interesting. She says, "We have 100 names. I have a committee, but we have no money." Okay, well,
You gotta
you're going to
start.
work on that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But
That's
yeah, no,
awesome.
so I mean, I can go on and on. I just feel it's so great. It's been so welcomed in this area. The volunteers love it. I had a few volunteers this past year said, I thought I was signing up to do a good thing for someone else. It ended up doing something good for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, and they didn't realize that was going to be their takeaway. And I'll share one other story. We had a driver signed up for West Seneca, and it was getting late in the day, and we didn't hear from them. And I thought, well, people were working. I knew they were coming late, so I reached out. They could no longer make it. We already had other people from West Seneca because we split the deliveries up. We give at least 3 deliveries per person because it's a lot.
Yeah.
And my cousin was there, and I live in the North Towns. I said, "Oh, could you take these?" Because I had to go deliver into Niagara Falls. And he wasn't happy because it was near rush hour.
Sure.
But he did it. And he called, man, it wasn't a great day that day. There was a lot of ice on the ground.
Of course.
And he called me and he said, well, I sat in her driveway. I saw the light on. I said, well, I'm going to call before I go up to the door. I don't want to scare anyone. And she said, well, I'm home. He goes up to the door. What first took him by surprise is how young she was. And she had opened her door, and she had 3 small children sitting at her counter.
Oh.
And they were watching. And he said, we have this delivery for you. And there were questions. And she said, oh, well, thank you so much. And he says, oh, I'm nervous. And she goes, well, don't be. You're doing a great job. And we had wine, bottles of wine that were donated. And he called me. He says, well, couple things. He goes, 1, I'm glad there was wine in there because it looked like she could use it. And 2, now remember, he wasn't happy that he said, I can't wait to do this again next year. And I think it was seeing the children.
Of course, yeah.
We have a group of young widows. There's a group that approached me last year. This year, we couldn't fit them in because we had already hit our max. So this year I had saved room. And we delivered to about 13 of their members, 13 or 14 of their members. And that was a big shock to a lot of the people doing the delivery, how young they were. Yeah. And they all have school-age children. And some of them, the one, her husband was killed in a motorcycle accident and left her with 2 children. And, obviously being young, you still have that opportunity to maybe meet someone and move
Mhm.
forward in that direction, but some do not.
Mhm.
And I think I was a single mom for a while, and I thought what was important too is seeing the children being able to see their mom receive something like that,
Sure.
because they may not be old enough to go out
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
get something
Right.
for them.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I
While
love
we're-
it.
You're doing
those are
good
the
work.
impacts
You're doing
that
important
we're
work, for
So
sure.
making.
it seems like you almost tripled from 23 to 20,
Mhm.
24. What are you anticipating for 25?
Well, we want to do over 200, and I'm
Okay.
hoping that we'll be able to do that. Of course, I would love to do more, but everyone kind of looks at me like I'm crazy. But I think we can do
I
it.
think you could.
Yeah.
The desire is there for the volunteers. Obviously the funding is always the hardest part, but it's working out, and we're going to keep working at it. And right now we're already working for next year.
Mhm.
And with the show, be asking for sponsors, and we've signed a contract to have a website done.
Oh.
And
I knew you were working on your website.
well, we tried.
Yes.
And I was thankful I was able to get our money back, because my husband's in IT, and I think I'm pretty good around the computer, and no.
No.
I was
Websites
ready-
are tough.
I was ready to pull my hair
Yeah.
out, and I was like, no, this is above us, because I don't know how to make the things happen, and
That's why you pay someone else to do it.
yeah. And that was a cost, or is it going to be a cost, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it's
It will, but
important.
to get the name out there
Yeah.
more. It'll make it easier, I'm sure, to get donations,
Right.
whatever you need.
Yeah.
So currently,
From
if
the community.
someone's interested in volunteering or
Mhm.
sponsoring or donating, like what does that look like?
Well, as far as volunteering and submitting a name, that will start in January. We'd like to see where our recipients live,
Sure.
so we know what areas we need to ask and how many drivers for that area. Right now it's mostly north towns, but we were out in Colden this year, and I had a woman volunteer for that, so I was thankful for that. But some areas we couldn't get volunteers to go deliver, so we had to turn those away, and I do feel bad about that. So I'm hoping in January, once we see where people live, then we can see how many volunteers we're going to need. As far as donating, that happens all year round, and it's how much time and effort I'm put into it, and how many doors I'm knocking on. And right now, and it's a learning process for me.
Sure.
And I'm trying to do my floral business at the same time.
A lot.
And it's a lot.
A lot of moving
Is-
parts.
Yes, there are.
Just so we can get it on film, is there a link or a Venmo that they can donate to now before the
Yes,
website's
we
finished?
have a GoFundMe page. It's
Okay.
Hearts and Bloom Buffalo, and right now my email address is heartsandbloombuffalo@gmail.
Okay,
But that will
perfect.
all be changing once the website is, because we're purchasing a new. Right.
Big things.
Yeah,
It's a lot to
It's
learn,
exciting.
and
it is.
and I do appreciate all the people that do all this stuff. Now I have a better appreciation. Same for weddings and event planning, and like what you do, the event planning. I have a better appreciation.
The logistics
for
of
that.
everything, yeah.
because it really, you need the support,
Mhm.
and why stress yourself
Yeah.
out when you have all these resources available?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, why don't you tell us now that we know what the non-for-profit we kind of wanted to go. So you started Accents in Bloom Buffalo after Hearts in Bloom Buffalo.
Yes, because of me.
The demand for flowers
Flowers,
and
right.
florals, and you focus more on micro weddings and smaller,
Yes,
intimate
right,
gatherings.
Yes. There are so many talented florists in our area that work with weddings, and I've become friends with quite a few of them. They actually helped with Hearts in Bloom. But I want to connect with people who love entertaining, the showers, bridals and baby showers. There is such a need for that, I believe, because those are becoming events in themselves.
Definitely.
And corporate events, I'd like to get more into that, whether it be recognition dinners or any events that a company may be having. I do know sometimes companies have clients themselves that they offer events, but they're not sure what to do with some of their female clients, and I thought floral workshops, that might be
Oh yeah, you do the
appealing.
floor workshops. I've done them.
Mhm.
My assistant actually took the flowers we made and she pressed them for me into a little ornament.
Oh,
It
that's
looks so
sweet.
cute.
You'll have to send me a picture
Yeah, she
of
just
it.
got a pressing machine. I'm trying to get her to do that because why not? You know?
right?
Yeah, that's very popular now too.
Yeah, because I only know of 2 pressing, like, places for after the wedding. So I know more can go up because they get so busy. They can only take on so
Right.
many
And
after
it's-
so many
And
weekends.
there's a time.
Yep,
that
exactly.
You need to prepare that. So I want to help those that want to elevate even their home events, like
Mhm.
private parties at home, their showers, company events, workshops, flower bar, and I really want to get more into the tablescapes because again, when you walk into something and you see that beautifully set table, it's not only for yourself, but it is a gift for your guests.
I agree. I actually kind of tried to host my own event on Mother's Day for obviously my mom, my husband's mom, and our parents in general, and it was decent enough to have it outside on our back patio, but I didn't set up the patio yet. Long story. So I had the table put out, so I didn't have like really pretty decor, if you will, but I just took a white plastic plate, a smaller cake plastic plate, clear wine glasses, and I put like a little strawberry, and my mother-in-law said that was the best part, was her walking up and seeing, and I'm telling you, I didn't even do that much,
Yeah.
but just setting it up like that made a difference for
It
her.
just makes it feel special,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's like
and-
different than your everyday dinner. It makes it feel, and it kind of elevates your
Right.
mood almost, you know?
Yeah.
It's got to be fun too to see the people walk up and be like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's beautiful."
Yeah.
So
Right, or just taking everyday things around your
That's what I
home.
did. I put flowers, and I just took all the plastic stuff I had and made it look nice.
I always tell everyone, and I use this as my example, just plain glazed potato chips and bison chip dip.
Mm-hmm.
You can place the bag on the table and the chip dip container next to it, and that's perfectly fine. Or you could just put that chip dip in a beautiful crystal dish
Mm-hmm.
and the chips in a basket or a
Mhm.
bowl. You're still serving the same thing,
Yeah.
but it's the presentation.
presentation,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes all the difference. in
And
the
that
world.
applies to all things in all events. It's a chef, the way they present their food on the
Yep.
plate, that's very important to them. So again, it's what you want. You're gonna get out of it what you put into it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And I know sometimes people think, oh, right away it's expensive, but sometimes it is, and sometimes it doesn't. You can use things that you have right at home.
Oh, for
You know,
sure.
You just have to think outside the box and just
Sure.
have fun with it.
Just put
really,
the time in,
too.
you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
a little extra time, and it makes people feel special.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I bought flowers, and I know this might be a big no-no. I bought flowers from Dollar General.
Okay.
Dollar
They've
General
lasted
has
over
flowers.
2 weeks,
Weeks?
almost 3
Really?
weeks, and
Wow.
they're not like. I'm like mind
I
blown.
didn't even know they sold fresh.
I didn't know
flowers.
either.
They have produce in there now too.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but they had fresh flowers for Mother's Day, and I bought 2
President
things
Bush.
to put on the table because I didn't have flowers. And I'm like, whatever, I just need them for today.
Yeah,
They've lasted
very nice.
forever, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Dollar General. This is
Yeah,
wild.
right? That's
But
crazy.
I guess you just gotta keep them watered, right?
Well, trim them, keep the
Yep,
water
that's what I
clean.
keep doing. Yeah,
And keep the water clean. You're good to go.
I'm just shocked because
Yeah.
it's Dollar General. You know.
When I started Hearts and Bloom, I thought, well, I think I can arrange flowers, but there's things all the tips and tricks. So I took a course
Mhm.
in flower design, and I learned so much from there. And if anything, it does help keep your grocery store flowers longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I think that was it. I think it was your workshop that kind of just taught me to like trim it and keep fresh water in there every so often. And the Dollar General flowers are doing amazing, everyone. They are still up. I got them on Mother's Day, and they are still up right
And
now.
we will get an update next week.
I was gonna say I'll bring a photo of you to document this, but I'm just like in awe that they're lasting because I usually kill plants. Like that's why I'm not a florist. I can't keep stuff alive. But your workshop was very helpful
Oh,
in
good. Thank you.
putting arrangements together. Like it is an art in a way, and you got to know what you're doing and what flowers you're dealing with. So I thought it was very helpful, and I loved it.
It
And
is therapeutic.
It is.
For some.
with the workshops, do you do it at people's homes? Do you do it at venues?
I could, and mostly venues I've done them at, but my neighbor's actually thinking of having something in her garage now that the weather's nicer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of doing that too, just to keep the costs down
Sure.
too, and just a fun night out for someone.
Good girls' night
and
thing to do.
I don't know if showers, if people are looking to do that, but flower bars are very popular in showers now. So it's a little bit of the flowers are already prepped for you, and you're just making your own arrangement. But I think people love that
They do.
because with showers now, I'm finding that some of the brides are asking for the gifts to be unwrapped.
Yep.
And they have what they call a display shower. It's like, well, okay, so what do you do then?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're really just, depending on the setup of the room, if you have all those round tables, you're just kind of stuck at your round table and
Playing a game or two,
Yeah,
maybe. But
that are
they
never
want
fair.
experiences, like
Yeah,
each
everyone's
wedding
looking for the
we talk about.
experience now.
They want experiences, like putting a flower thing together, or like there's
Painting.
there's
Yeah.
candle making, just something to do other than watch them open gifts, or
Right,
just something to do. It's an experience. That's what the upcoming trend is in weddings.
Yeah.
And then it also becomes the favor, right?
Right,
Instead
and
of
it's their
buying
take
some
home.
kind of
Yeah.
random favor, then it's this thing you created.
There's
and
no
it's-
number calling now,
Yeah.
and there's no look under your chair.
Right.
Yeah.
and she got 10 right.
Yeah.
I know.
Different
The
these
games
days.
are a little.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I feel like the bridesmaids are the only ones that know all the answers because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
closest to the bride.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
For sure.
They have an unfair advantage.
I just like the flowers, like taking home flowers. Like I just, as a woman,
Yeah.
I think that's a great takeaway from it.
Yeah, you have something to put on.
Yeah,
your
and it's
counter.
pretty. Like I like having flowers in my house, especially from Dollar General.
Yeah, it is true. As soon as you see flowers, most people smile.
Yes. Like I have green and purple ones, or I'm not green, yellow and purple ones right now, and it's so different from like my house colors and everything. So it just kind of brightens it up.
Good, I'm
So
happy.
I love it. Yes. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Any other than your non-for-profit fundraiser? Do you have any other upcoming events or anything like that going on?
Yeah, actually, I'm investing in purchasing a flower cart
Ooh,
that I hope to be using at events. It'll be a dual-purpose cart. You can use it for flowers, or it could have like a bar top, so you can serve desserts and stuff like that. The tablescape, I'm going to be trying to come up with more ideas on how I can incorporate that more into the business. And fundraisers, I'd like to have an event that would appeal to women. Sorry,
Sorry, Ron.
I mean, flowers aren't really my favorite.
You would take them home to your wife.
Yeah,
you
well,
go.
I used to get yelled at because she would kill them so fast.
See,
that-
I'm
Well,
not.
you need to take the
That-
workshop.
Yeah.
well,
And then
I've
learn to
thought
keep
about.
them.
Well, I'm going to send her to the workshop.
Yeah, there
because
you
Precisely.
go.
she-
Yeah. It all comes back around.
I'll be a pendle both. I hope I don't want to. I want to give as much attention as I can
Yes.
to both, because that's the only way they're going to do well.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Right now, Hearts and Bloom has the lead because I've been doing it a little bit longer, but I love both.
Yeah.
And
Well, Hearts and Bloom is more seasonal. I mean, yeah, you have to prepare for it, but it is more of a seasonal like event.
right. Yeah, no, there's a lot going
Yeah.
on. I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate you having me
Of
here
course,
today.
yes.
So this
No.
was fun, and getting to meet new people. That
Yep,
has been
it's
the
Yes.
best
networking's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
part. And everyone has just been so wonderful, and I just love meeting all these new people
Awesome.
and hearing your stories. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got some. We got some.
Us too. That's why we get together and do this.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being a
Thank
part of
you.
this.
Appreciate
You can learn more about Hearts and Bloom Buffalo on their website.
Not yet.
Not yet?
On
It's
Instagram
coming.
and Facebook.
Instagram and
Hearts Bloom
Facebook.
Buffalo, and then Accent and Bloom is on the same Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. And guys, don't forget, all that information will be in the description. We'll have some links on there for you. Hopefully we'll have the website by the time we post this
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.